Viewers, for a party that once prided itself on reading the pulse of India, the Congress today refuses to read the writing on the wall even when its own allies are holding up the mirror. The Bihar drubbing has triggered rare honesty from within the India Bloc, viewers. The TMC wants Mamata to lead the India Bloc. The DMK is blunt about political messaging failures, saying that the messenger was the problem, not so much the message. And the SP is quietly distancing itself. From whom, viewers? From the Congress, from Rahul Gandhi's leadership, de facto, of the India Bloc. Viewers, Kalyan Banerjee, TMC MP says, and I quote, "I think the time has come to consider Mamata Banerjee to lead the India Bloc to fight against the BJP. It has no future under Rahul Gandhi's leadership in the coming days," unquote. He's, of course, talking about the India Bloc, viewers. Shatabdi Roy, TMC MP, says, "I think our party leadership will decide on the India issue before the coming winter session in Parliament," unquote. So they're very clear that there has to be some sort of a decision taken. MK Stalin, DMK Supremo, says election outcomes, and he's talking about Bihar, viewers, reflect welfare delivery, social and ideological coalitions, clear political messaging, and dedicated management until the last vote is polled, unquote. Ravidas Mehrotra, Samajwadi Party MLA, senior leader, says Akhilesh Yadav should lead the India Alliance. Samajwadi Party is capable of forming a government on its own in Uttar Pradesh, unquote. Viewers, they don't even want the Congress in alliance because they believe it's a liability. Yet inside the Congress, denial remains doctrine, in a manner of speaking. Robert Vadra, son-in-law, demands a repoll. He says Bihar must have a repoll. P. Chidambaram sermonizes to voters. Loyalists insist Rahul Gandhi is beyond reproach. It's the oldest script in Latvian's politics: protect the family at all costs, even if the party burns. Let me, viewers, go over word by word of what Robert Vadra has said. He says, in reality, Bihar Janta is not happy. Whatever has happened because of the Election Commission. Election Commission has helped. There should be democracy. This election wasn't a fair one. There has to be a repoll, and then you'll see that the result will be in our favor, unquote. So viewers, he is openly batting for a repoll. Perhaps the only person till now doing so. P. Chidambaram, senior leader of the Congress. The people of Bihar did not vote for a strong opposition in the State Assembly, and that brings back the responsibility to the people themselves. It's a greater responsibility than the exercise of the right to vote. So viewers, you have blamed the courts. You have blamed the EVMs. You have blamed the EC. You have blamed, viewers, guess whom? The media. And now you blame the voters also. Koi bacha hi nahi. But Rahul Gandhi can't be blamed. He can't even be named. Rajiv Shukla of the Congress, a member of parliament, says it's become a fashion to blame Rahul Gandhi. Recently, during the Lok Sabha election, the performance was so good and the government was also formed. Everyone was praising Rahul Gandhi. Now, viewers, just think about this, the hypocrisy here. About 15 months ago, when the Lok Sabha election results came, they said, you see, under Modi, the BJP is at 240. So Modi should quit because he could not bring his party back in power on its own steam. He should quit because he's underperformed. This is a vote against him. Here, viewers, Rahul Gandhi led a charge and got 5-6 seats. Half a dozen seats, viewers. 6. And he should be in office for the next 100 elections. 92 gone, 93rd upon them, but he should lead them. The facts are unforgiving, viewers, and here on this show I always bring you the hard facts so you can get closer to the truth. The NDA swept 9 out of the 10 seats Rahul campaigned in. Can you believe it, viewers? Here are the figures. Let's put them out on the hard facts tonight, viewers, on your screens. NDA won all but 1 of 10 seats where Rahul Gandhi held rallies in Bihar. The Congress has lost Muslim vote in key pockets. The next point there. Primarily to the MIM. It hasn't retained a single state it governed on its own since 2014. That's the next point. 5th major loss in state polls since the 2024 LS elections. Its MLA tally, and I'm talking about, viewers, the Congress continues to collapse across the country. Even as the BJP's has hit historic highs. So in the last 10-11 years, the BJP in all state assemblies had, viewers, 1,035 MLAs. Today it has 1,654. Which party is growing under whom? Which is losing power and a toehold? And yet the ecosystem of sycophancy shields the Gandhis from accountability. The Congress is losing relevance because it refuses to turn its back on dynastic dysfunction. And we have to ask a question. Is brand Gandhi done and dusted? Has there now a time come to change even the leadership of the India Bloc, as some of the allies are asking? So I want to bring in the Samajwadi Party national spokesperson. Dr. Raman is also here with us. Now, sir, and I have to ask you, Mr. Silas, a very frank and fair question. Ravidas ji says, I'm not saying Sant Ravidas ji, I'm talking about your wise man, your sage, Ravidas ji. He says time has come for Akhilesh ji to be handed the crown of the India Alliance. Let him lead it. He's a more credible leader. And in fact, if these guys get too uppity, we'll go alone.
No, I think as far as the India Bloc is concerned, there has to be a change now. Even before the Bihar election, it was in the air that Mamata Banerjee should lead the India Bloc, and I think she's most capable about that. If being a Samajwadi Party spokesperson, if he has said, Mr. Ravidas Malhotra has said that Akhilesh Yadav ji, anyone would like his leader to lead the thing. But I think seeing the experience of Mamata Banerjee ji, I think she should be made. There has to be a change because it's not the India Bloc is not performing well after. If we see just one state in Jharkhand, the India Bloc could form the government. Otherwise, they have lost.
So there has to be a change. You're saying, and if there is no change, then?
No, if there is no change, then we'll sit down and we have to seriously put our head down and think about it, because such type of results.
Think about continuing.
No.
In the India Bloc.
No. We have to think about who's going to lead the India Bloc. There has to be a change.
No, but supposing the Congress, look, the Congress is right now saying we are not changing anybody. He will remain the leader, de facto leader of the India Bloc. He will remain the leader of the Congress, the most charismatic, as they call him, face of the Congress party. He will remain obviously LOP. That's a post that he has earned. But I'm asking you, sir, if they don't, if they say, sorry, what will you do?
What the Congress feels at the moment, what I predict that they are the biggest party in the India Bloc. So LOP seats belongs to them. But if Congress is underperforming under Rahul Gandhi, I think there has to be a change. As far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, our coalition will definitely stay.
So you believe that Rahul Gandhi has become a bit of a political liability? That's what you're saying for the rest of you, and perhaps even for the Congress. Otherwise, the Congress is not going to revive.
No. Definitely. I'll talk about Uttar Pradesh. If you see Uttar Pradesh, the micro level, the Congress has nothing at all. They don't even have their organization. They don't have candidates. And the Samajwadi Party has already begun its campaign in Uttar Pradesh. And
it's a big state. What if they ask you for 50 seats?
That has to be decided by the senior leaders, by the national presidents of both the parties. I cannot comment on that, but
will you go with an alliance?
No, 50 seats, I cannot comment on
I'm
that.
not
But
talking about seats.
Congress
I'm saying
doesn't.
in principle, do you want an
Congress
alliance?
doesn't even deserve 50 seats in Uttar Pradesh.
Oh my God.
That is what I feel, because they don't have candidates. They don't have the micro level workers. They don't have their organization in the district level. So how will they fight the election? They are all dependent. If you see in 2024, we provided them two candidates from Prayagraj and from Sitapur.
Yes.
Both the candidates for the Samajwadi party, and they fought under the symbol of Congress, and both of them won. Although Congress could just manage 6 seats, and we won 37 seats in 2024. That is the charisma of Akhilesh Yadav ji in Uttar Pradesh. So definitely Samajwadi party is a bigger brother in Uttar Pradesh, and Congress has to be under us.
Well, look at the honesty coming through the ranks, the honesty that is now thrust upon all these people because of a degree of desperation. Dr. Aman, look at what's happening. Rahul Gandhi, should he make way, or do you believe that he should continue to lead the Congress in the way that he is?
In the way that he is a no-brainer, no way, because quite clearly he does seem to be part-time, and there is no role for part-time politicians in Indian politics, particularly when you are taking on the likes of Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, who live breathe politics
sir,
24 by 365. Now, he's had, let me finish, Rahul. He's had adequate opportunity. He's had a long, stint of 10 years in trying to restructure. Now, change himself, change the party to the manner in which he wants to, ideologically shift towards certain different direction, and none of it has really worked on a sustainable basis. So therefore, the question arises, what should the India bloc do next? And if the India bloc says that, look, maybe we may be better off under a Mamata Banerjee or an Akhilesh Yadav or a Stalin, I think that you cannot fault the members of the India bloc. I mean, they are not running a charitable society. They are running political parties, and they need to look at victory for themselves on a sustainable basis. So if the Congress is not stepping up to the plate, and it doesn't seem to be at this point of time, then what do you expect the alliance partners to do? You make it sound like it's some preposterous statement that they have made. This is a statement that has been being made.
No, so are we now beginning to
year.
see, Dr. Raman, are we beginning to see a split over leadership in the India bloc?
There is no split. It is just that what has been discussed internally and whispered internally is now coming out into the open.
Yeah, but how does it resolve itself? Because Mr. Gandhi is going nowhere. We've had statements today coming out of the Gandhi camp. In fact, his brother-in-law, Robert Vadra, is saying that there should be a repoll. This election has been stolen by the Election Commission.
Rahul, Mr. Vadra can say what he likes. The bottom line is very simple. You need to be able to contribute to victories in electoral battles. You cannot win every election. Nobody can win every election. That's fine. But your strike rate must be above average. And the Congress party at the moment is polling far below the average.
No, you can brush aside Mr. Vadra, but can you brush aside Mr. P. Chidambaram? He's your statemate, a senior leader, very intelligent man, and he's come out and said people of Bihar did not vote for a strong opposition. And that brings back the responsibility to the people themselves. Isn't this contempt?
No. See, for Mr. Chidambaram, for all practical purposes, is past 80 now. And he's one of the more senior leaders, but he's not really.
So are you saying he's having a Biden moment?
No, I'm not saying he's having a.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying he's having a Joe Biden moment. By the way, I don't know whether you read the Financial Times article.
I did. I commented on it. Scurrilous.
Who was called Joe Biden there?
I know. I wrote against it. I said this is a kind of Western superciliousness. No, I'm asking you because you seem to be using that same sort of yardstick that, Chidambaram is senior citizen, so, he can't be relied upon to say anything
Mr. Chidambaram
sensible.
is razor sharp, Rahul. He is not in any way.
No, so I'm asking you, sir. You see, before the election, all of you were cock-a-hoop. Right, I have to come to this. You were all so cock-a-hoop that, this Modi and company have done nothing. Nitish is a liability. In fact, he has senior moments now. He should be shown the door. Tejasvi was saying this. You were even sitting here on some channels. I saw you, sir, saying that, look, political discourse, even if it goes to that level of calling out Nitish, it doesn't matter because the Prime Minister indulges in the same, blah, blah, you know, all that. Now I'm asking you, sir.
Let us be very clear.
Is this a vote in Bihar? Was this a vote against the options? Is the credibility of Tejaswi and Rahul Gandhi so bad that they have got reduced to rump elements?
No, they are not reduced to rump elements. The bottom line is the capability of the Congress party to lead the India alliance, not the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi as an individual, to lead the India alliance on behalf of the Congress party is now called into question.
Sanju Verma, can you believe it? Sanju Verma, Dr. Raman is agreeing with you.
I'm not agreeing with her. I'm just stating that this is the obvious. I mean, what else can be a conclusion? You can't go on like this for another 10 years, giving Mr. Modi victory after victory.
But sir, you have been the biggest supporter of Rahul Gandhi right up till, in fact, after the 2024 election, you were saying great guy.
Let me be very clear. I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a very decent individual.
Decent.
And I think he's a good man. He does not have the burning ambition to succeed in politics. And that is something which we have seen demonstrated time and time again. Which is why, for instance, for 25 days during the Bihar election, he wasn't there. Raman, he wasn't there.
I listened for 11 minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been here on the debate for 11 minutes. Rahul, first and foremost, I think you're one of the few anchors who calls a spade a spade. And I saw your comment on X, calling out the scurrilous post, the Joe Biden one. I thought it was a very, very ridiculous comparison and simply not needed at this point in time. But coming to the moot point of your debate, I remember, लेकिन कमाल तो ये है तुम्हें यकीन नहीं है. The ground from under your feet is slipping slowly and steadfastly, but you guys are completely oblivious to it. The crude translation. And I think the opposition needs to take some lessons, Rahul. I remember ahead of the Haryana elections, everybody, barring a few sensible anchors, said, oh, you know what, BJP is going to lose because Jat votes are not with BJP. We came back to power for the third time in a row, creating history. Ahead of Maharashtra elections, the same Darbari ecosystem. The Darbari ecosystem said, you know what, Marathi Manus is not with Prime Minister Modi. Is baar to Marathi Manus will ensure that BJP has its nose rubbed in the ground. And guess what? We won with a strike rate of 89% standalone. We won more than 131 seats. Then they said, Delhi mein to, ye jo jhuggi jhopdi wale hain, they support Arvind Kejriwal. BJP ka chance nahi hai. They might win 4 or 5 seats. We came back to power after 27 long years. And now in Bihar, what pleases me the most, Rahul, since you analyze data, is the fact that 58% of Bihar's population is under 25 years of age and 65% of Bihari population is under 35 years of age, which means Bihar is the youngest state of India in terms of demographic composition. So Bihar mandate clearly says Gen Z is with Prime Minister Modi fair and square. Because if Gen Z were not with Modi, getting a 88% strike rate and winning 89 seats after a so-called 20-year perceived anti-incumbency would have been next to impossible. And the most important point, in addition to what Rahul Shivshankar said, is this. The BJP-led NDA won 36 out of the 40 Dalit-dominant seats with a strike rate of 90%, which again shows that when it comes to the poor and the marginalized, it is not people who shout on television studios, the so-called two RJD spokespersons who are getting famous or infamous, saying, "Arey, hum to victim hai." Victim card does not work on the ground. People are tired of spokespersons who play the victim card. They want leaders who can deliver on the ground. And that's the big message of Bihar. And the final point is this. You can say you hate Narendra Modi or you love Narendra Modi, but one common point, in all the 4 assembly elections that we won after Lok Sabha 2024, we only lost Jammu, Kashmir and Jharkhand. We won all the other 4 with a strike rate of 67%. It is because of one big swing factor. The women voters who were in Bihar, 8.8% higher.
What is being said?
Their male counterparts.
Every single socio-economic indicator says Bihar is still one of the most backward states in India. It's got a very low per capita income. It's got extremely poor infrastructure. And after 20 years, no, my only objection is to say that people have voted because we have delivered. I think she used the term we have delivered, we have delivered.
I will answer.
Now, if they have delivered, I'd like to know why Bihar still remains probably the most backward state in the country after 20 years. I can understand if they had said after Lalu Yadav's term, we've just had 5 years and we need more time to turn Bihar around. Absolutely. It's now 20 years. After 20 years, they still go back and say,
viewers,
Lalu Yadav,
32% of Biharis
most
were,
of
one second,
unemployment
32,
is massive.
one second,
People are
one
migrating.
second, sir, I'll just give one statistic, viewers. Yes, I'm not conceding here. I'm not, I'm willing to concede the point, viewers, that yes, Bihar is lagging, but look at the strides it is also making. That's the fundamental question. The question is that they believe that only under Nitish and Modi can they actually get to some respectable place. Let me give you one statistic. In 10 years, 2014, 32 or 33%, if my memory serves me right, of Biharis were living under the poverty line. Now that number is 4%, viewers.
Yes. Well
4%.
said, Rahul.
So,
Rahul,
who
very
is
quickly,
taking
can I
out
just
people? Yes, maybe not fast enough. You can have a grouse against unrealized aspirations, and I will pull out those.
Compare with other states.
No, yes. So it's the number 2 fastest growing in GSDP. In GSDP, 1 minute. Number 2 in one minute. There it is, 41%. In fact, it was 41% in 2015. It's 4% now, viewers. And let me give you another example. In GSDP terms, it's the second fastest growing economy after Gujarat, if I'm not mistaken. There it is.
Rahul, can I quickly come in?
Yes, quick one, and I want to bring in
30
Tushar Gupta. Yes.
Yes. I just very quickly want to say this, Rahul, that during the Congress era, before the Lalu Rabdi era came in, the average GSDP of Bihar was 4.42%.
Yeah.
During the Lalu Rabdi era, it dropped to 3.32%. Under the BJP, the average GSDP growth is 7.91%. And don't you forget one important thing, that despite you saying, oh, 20 saal mein kya hua? 20 saal mein ye hua that per capita income, which was less than 7,600, is today 87,000 plus. Is there room for improvement? Of course, yes. But people don't want to be fooled by the Khatakhat model of Karnataka, which is borrowing.
This is a rejection. Whichever way. You see, you can't allow people like Robert Vadra, Chidambaram, and other, I'm sorry to say, but people who only realize their existence through the benefaction of the family, to tell the world that I'm sorry, it is the Bihari voter who's to blame. Can you believe it, viewers? Tushar Gupta, you see what is coming through suddenly after this Bihar election is that now there is no national alternative to Modi in an individual capacity. So there is no one individual whose footprint extends across the length and breadth of India. Rahul Gandhi has been cut to size, marginalized. So who else is there? Even Mamata Banerjee, when she tried to sort of flex her muscles outside of Bihar, could not.
It did not work.
It didn't work. This is a big transition we are in.
Good evening, Rahul. Look, let's talk about the elephant in the room. 95 defeats since Rahul Gandhi became the MP and the mother-son duo started running the party after the 2004 Lok Sabha elections. And this includes the 3 Lok Sabha defeats as well of 14, 19 and 24. The 3 worst tallies registered by the Congress. But let's not talk about post-2014 people because see a bias because then Narendra Modi was on the national level and perhaps Rahul Gandhi isn't competitive enough. So I'll go back 13, 14 years to 2011 July. The big launch of Rahul Gandhi, the Pad Yatra in Uttar Pradesh before the 2012 elections. Rahul Gandhi was supposed to be this bright spot within the faltering Congress after the 2009 Lok Sabha elections. What happened? Just a 3% swing on the upward side in the 2012 UP Assembly elections. The Samajwadi party won that election fair and square with 220-odd seats. But the Congress only had 20-odd seats after Rahul Gandhi campaigned in the entire state. What people in the Congress and probably in the indie bloc do not acknowledge is that after more than 20 years in active political career, the people of this country, transcending generations, do not resonate with Rahul Gandhi's politics. In 2015, he started with Soot Boot Ki Sarkar, Gabbar Singh tax, Arhar Modi, Chaukidar Chor Hai, vote chori, EVM hacking. You see the number of campaigns he's run in the last 10 years. All of them have fallen flat. But yet the Congress doesn't want to acknowledge that Rahul Gandhi is a liability, not for the alliance partners also, but also for his own party. You look at Madhya Pradesh. He goes there in 2023, Jitni Abadi Utna Haq. He makes it a huge campaign. Wiped out. A landslide victory for the BJP in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. He goes to Uttar Pradesh in 2022. Wiped out. 2% vote share. Rahul contests 399 seats, a 2% vote share. Now, Mr. Silas is sitting here.
Yeah.
Mr. Silas is sitting here. He represents the Samajwadi Party. Would Akhilesh Yadav, in his right mind, after seeing what happened in Bihar, even consider giving Rahul Gandhi 50 seats as a part of the alliance of the 403 seats?
Respond.
No, I have already responded to that, but we are talking
No,
about...
so I'm asking you then, if you responded to that and you said, look, it can't be business as usual, right? That's what you're saying. So I have to ask you, sir, and please put your hand on your heart and tell me, is Rahul not only now ruining the prospects of the opposition, but also of Indian democracy? Because what does democracy need? It needs a strong opposition. If the man is not being able to win an election and make the opposition relevant, we have reached a point, sir, where the government in power, there is no one to challenge it. There is no alternative.
No, as I've already, I've already said that there has to be a change in the, there has to be a chairman or a chairperson of the, India bloc. But if you see,
but who will it be?
It could be anyone. It could be Akhilesh Yadav ji. It could be Mamata.
But Akhilesh Yadav ji can't barely win an election in Uttar Pradesh.
If you see Bihar election, what happened? Let's be very truthful. The India bloc got 30 lakhs more votes than what was in 2020. Of course. We just cannot wipe it out, although they have lost the election, but we have managed to get 30 lakhs more votes in Bihar. You cannot just rule out.
I need to come in here
we have seen during elections, 10,000 going to was not stopped, though it was stopped in Rajasthan election.
So you're saying, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Ultimately, we have to, point out our fingers.
Okay, so viewers, let me tell you, I'll give you one statistic, viewers. Yeah, one hard fact. 1 minute. There were viewers, and you will not believe this, 12 seats where the margin of victory was 1,000. 12 seats. So if an SIR has happened and voters have been deleted, you would expect that all those seats should go to the NDA. Only 5 of those seats went to the NDA. All the other seats, viewers, went to India Bloc or AIMM.
Can I quickly come in?
ये कैसी vote चोरी है, viewers, that will benefit in narrow contests the opposition? Just think about it. It's very simple. Yes, very quickly. Yes.
Thank you.
That graphic, there it is. Look at that graphic, viewers. Margin of 27 votes. And the winning candidate here is JDU. But the next one is RJD. And it goes on like this, viewers. You can see the math. Yeah.
Rahul,
I want to make a very quick point.
I want to give Mr. Silas an interesting statistic.
Very important. I want to rebut to Mr. Silas.
Okay, one second.
Can I quickly come in, Rahul?
Yes. Make your point and then I'll bring in Tushar. Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing that, you have said this on your shows often, Rahul, that in politics, 2 plus 2 is not necessarily 4. 2 plus 2 can be 22 because politics is all about the alliance being a force multiplier. And very quickly, 30 seconds, a data that nobody has shared. JDU in 2020 contested alone, won 43 seats. Now in alliance with BJP, it won 85 seats with a gain of 42 seats. The LJP in 2020 contested on 135 seats alone, won just 1 seat. It contested with BJP as part of the NDA, won 19 seats.
This time 28.
Jitan Manjhi contested in 2020 alone, got 4 seats. Now as part of the NDA, he won 5 seats. And don't forget, Mukesh Sahni's VIP in 2020 contested with BJP, won 4 seats.
So the BJP is the force multiplier, not the Congress.
No, this time Mukesh Sahni as part of MGB was reduced to 0. So yes, Rahul Shivshankar, BJP is the single biggest
the writing is on the wall. Yes, Tushar Gupta, before I move on. Yes.
Mr. Silas, I want to give you a very interesting statistic because, of course, the victories have happier memories. In 2012, both the Samajwadi and the INC registered an upward swing of 3 odd percent vote share. But Samajwadi was able to convert more than 120 seats, whereas the Congress could only convert 6, even though you had the same percentage point upward swing in your vote share. So it's not always about the votes you got, but always about the conversion. And this is where Rahul Gandhi is failing your alliance. It's
More
about the
votes-
conversion, which is not happening.
More votes could have fallen in a winning cause, viewers. Remember that. That's why your vote share and the number of votes go up, because committed voters, maybe in Muslim Yadav seats, has gone up because that's the core constituency. But if you look across and beyond, it hasn't. Viewers,